Maybe let us try and give you the right picture. Where is Juwel? I know Ms. Tanmo said Juwel, people are not sure exactly where Juwel is. And I always tell people that Juwel is the heart of Africa. Now let me clarify why we said that. Juwel is sitting where every African child, then when they come to South Africa, which is their Kana, that is where they can stay. So we are in a place where we've got all nations and all tribes of Africa. And that's where we are. So it happens that I become a principal there, which now my title has changed to become a COE of Juwel. Because instead of me managing the school, I manage a lot of different things. This is where it is. The school is serving Berea, Bellevue, Oringo, and inner city. A few kids from Alexander and a few kids from Soweto. And that is the stuff we have. It's moving fast.
I have no idea why.
That's been put onto.
So, this is the stuff that we have. 33 staff, which 4 of them have been paid. Let me use the right word. Were paid by SGP. 14 staff, which 7 of them were paid by SGP. And we were sitting at 1,100. When I became a principal, the school had about 450 learners and 12 educators.
Wow.
That was in 2009. So this role that we are seeing now is the role of last year,
Wow.
2016. Now, when I became a principal, the principalship, I always said, is the most cold office you could get as a human being. Number 2 is very lonely. Then I was told about partner possibility. I was very excited. Partner possibility. Now I just see this big check with a lot of zeros. And every problem that I might have was going to be taken care of. Now, the community that I'm serving, you know, sometimes our government does not do justice. There is this thing called quintal thing. The quintal thing we used with the database, which I don't know where did they get that database. But as Juwel, we are regarded as a very rich country, as a rich suburb area, where you expected that learners should not pay school fees. But the reality of it that you find that you've got learners who are staying in a room that is divided by curtains and 2 families are sharing that room. Now, those parents cannot afford the school fees. Our school fees was 250 per month. Now, as we started to pay the school fees, we found that only 35% parents were paying school fees. And about 42 parents have applied for exemptions. And the rest is just dumped their kids in the school and left for you to deal with that issues. So I needed to understand where I am. And when you try to talk to people who do not understand exactly what you are talking about, you know, you are in the suburb schools, the former rich schools of the Jewish, you don't have any need. You know, what Alibaba are the students that come from schools. So they expect that those people are still doing something to the school. Only find that it is just a name that was left there. We had a lot of challenges. One major challenge that we have got a lot of boys that were coming to school so hungry. And you could see as you think that these boys are hungry. Some of them are even sleeping when you visited you. And that was a problem. We started to have to do something about it. One, we tried to engage the parents. Parents will not come to the meetings. I think most principals have that problem. That you call a meeting, you stay, said the meeting is 10 o'clock, you wait until 11:30. You just find I don't even have 1/3 of the parents that are there. You don't have to run with the meetings and find that whatever you are running is not getting well because the majority of the parents that you want are not there. Then we started to start something new with the boys. We started a reading book and said, let us introduce reading to these kids. We made it a must that kids need to read. And we thought if they can start to read, remember, like I said, we were dealing with the kids who could come from all areas. English was the 15th language to them, some of them. Because they speak Lingala, they speak that and that. So we went to schools. our neighboring schools, they were rich neighboring schools. At Juven, we are surrounded by rich schools. You've got your King Edward, you've got your Sacred Heart, you've got, very rich schools. And you are there as not a rich school, I'm not going to say a poor school, as there. So we went to this school, said, guys, we want to start a radio school, can you help us? When we went to King Edward, the learners went home to tell their parents that there's a school that needs books. That's when things started to happen. Then one of the parents at King Edward, a pastor by the name of Greg, he then came to the school and wanted to ask us, what can we do to you? How can we help you? Unfortunately for him, by then I've already started to go with a partner for possibility. I've now learned the skill of consultations and how you sit with that, and then look at this person that you are consulting with, you make sure that he buys into your idea. So I sit down and I tell him everything and anything that I needed as a school. And he buys into the idea. And then he gave us some books. Then the reading started. Then we said we need more. Remember, our main aim was that we need to change the school to become a center of the community. And now I told the crowd that we have, it is all those people, some of them, when I'm talking to them, they don't even hear what I'm talking about. It's like I'm talking to myself. But we wanted to do that. We said, now because our kids come in school, let us start a feeding scheme. Remember, we are at Juven, a rich country or rich suburb, which does not qualify for feeding scheme from the government because you are quintal 4. And they will tell you that no, your parents can afford. Because of Partner for Possibility, we managed to have in a bank. We introduced her to what you call eternal gardening. And then we started the spinach. That spinach we then converted that it becomes the food for the learners. We started giving kids. And I always tell this story, and Luis always laughs me, that when we started the feeding scheme, it was through prayers and miracles. And if you don't believe in miracles, today you are going to believe one. We applied to the department that we want to feed the scheme. They said you don't qualify. We told Greg, they said we cannot qualify because we're a suburb school. We are a fee-paying school. So we don't qualify. They said, no, let us, all of us, pray about it. One day a truck came to the school with everything that they were giving other schools, and they packed into the school. And I went there and said, can we help? They said, no, we are here to deliver food for you. We said, no, we are not on a feeding scheme. And the driver said, you know what, there are two things. It's either you take the food or I leave the truck here. The choice is yours. But one thing for sure, this truck is not going anywhere with anything. Everything that is in this truck is going to be left here. So we unload everything, we were so excited, we unload everything so we can, but we didn't have pots to cook those things. So Greg then gave us food, the pots, the stove, and the wax. We started feeding scheme. The following month, the truck came again, and he gave us the food. I said, we are not, he said, hey, I don't care. I'm giving you food. Whatever you do with the food is your business. And like I said, if you don't take, the truck won't leave. So that's how we become a feeding scheme school. It's by a miracle. I always say, even when after 3 years, when we went to the department, we said, but you guys were getting food. How are you getting food? They could not understand. But it was that thing. Now we started to talk to other business people around because of the consultations we went to. That you sit down, you tell people your needs and what you want. And then they start to buy into it. And you don't leave their office until they understand. Now, as I said, I'm no longer a principal. Now, I'm going to cut this so that you understand. So this is the garden that we started, and it's still there, it's still running. One thing that we have been doing as a school, every partner that we get, we manage to maintain it. And the only thing that we do is because of what you said to us, that you need to consult with this people, sit one-on-one, and then things will happen. These are other things that we're doing. We call other schools from neighborhoods, we play sport with them so that they also understand what is happening. To the principal, one thing that I can tell that until you understand your school, nobody will understand. This is one thing that we're trying to do, to motivate the teachers. You know, our government doesn't do much about this. Yes, there's this National Teachers Award, that people win the cars and they end 5 years back the heavy car. They say the car is still somewhere waiting for the auditors. But this is what we do at school. Every year, come the end of the year, we make sure that teachers are awarded based on their performance. But above everything else, every teacher goes home with a goodie bag. As a principal, I make sure that everyone goes home with a goodie bag to say thank you for the year that you spent. I can tell you right now, with no issue, I'm one of the schools that I don't have any problem of late-comers of teachers. We start school at 7:15. You can come to my school at 7 o'clock and find 95% of the teachers at school. And there's no miracle that I'm doing, except that maybe I pray sometimes that they must come. But the only thing that I do is that we sit with the teachers and we talk, so that they understand. And as a principal, I can tell you, as long as the staff does not understand your vision, you're going to have gray hair before time. But until you sit down, have what you call one-on-one, and you tell them exactly what you expect from them. There is, I think that course you still have, Robin, you still have it when the Peters constructions, you still have it.
Yeah.
It teaches you that you need to sit down with a person and tell them, Luis, this is what I'm expecting from you. What are you expecting from me? When you do that one-on-one, it changes how things happen. Remember, as a leader, there are different types of leaders. You can be a boss, where the people can park their cars facing the gate, so that when 2 o'clock rings, everybody's rushing to the car. Or you can be a related teacher, where you make sure that your relationship as the staff, it is more of relating with another than managing them. And if you can relate with every teacher and confirm them and affirm them now and then, things in your school will be different. So this is what we do. And we've made it a must that every year, come the last of the month of the year, we go out for 3 days, the whole staff. There are those in the staff that are sick, and even though you can do anything, they can never be happy because they're not happy with themselves. But we make sure that we go as a staff out here for almost 3 days. Then we forget about positions and posts. We are just human beings that are relating with one another. This exercise helps us that when we come back the following year, we are regenerated, and whatever issues we have with one another, it's gone. So it has become a trend. This year we are going to Durban for the second time. For 3 days. On the 6th, when other people are busy giving us reports, we'll be getting to the bus going to Durban. So we have made that it becomes a must. And nobody's paying for us, we are paying for ourselves. Every month we part with 300 rand. We are paying for that trip. The department does not pay us, they can even pay anything. So this is what we do. We always have once time a meeting with all the partners, where we sit and we talk with the partners. This is what we've been doing together with you. What can we do? So that helps us that our partners does not leave us. Remember, in the olden times, companies to use schools as dustbin. Sorry if but that's what they do. They will give you things that they don't need, things that you don't need. We are trying to avoid such situations. If we meet with them, we tell them what we want and said, can you able to meet these needs? If we cannot meet that needs, we can have parting sessions in peace. But we need to know that whatever we are doing, they can benefit from what they have, we can also benefit. So that's what we do. We have meetings with them so that we discuss those issues. And also not to replicate what we are getting. I just want to show the partners that we have before I can maybe talk to you about whatever again is a person. This is what I'm talking about, flawless consultations. If you're the principal to join this, please attend this 2 days workshop. It will teach you how to talk to your staff. It will teach you how to talk to your parents. It will teach you how to talk to your partners. These are the partners I have. When we started school, we did not even have one partner. We are sitting with all these partners now. So whatever we need, if we've got a problem of boys, because it's a boys who's bullying, it's a no, Songa Justice, and we come to the school to talk to the boys about the issue of violence. Isiakana Vestas, they deal with the issue of their teeth, of the learners, and the hearing part of it. So they deal with it. So these partners, are helping us in different ways. With UJ, every year they give us 5 students who are doing third year to come to school, social work, to come to school and do some social work with our learners. So those boys who are very troublesome, those boys who are coming from other areas, we refer them, then they have one-on-one with those boys. Then it helps us with a lot of things. So this is what we have. This is UVL in short. Now, what did I gain as a principal? Well, these are the workshops that we managed to do with the staff, and so that they can understand where we are getting. So the first one, we had a problem. We were not submitting in time. I think most principals have the same problem. Come deadline, you are stressed. District is phoning you, they want this, the teachers have not done. We did that. Oh, it's running away, these things. Then we had that. We also did a program called goal orientation, that people to know what is their goal, so that the teachers will remember that. But all in all, this is what we have. But now, what did I gain as a principal? I think that is what you want to know. What did Lindelani gain as a principal? One is that a partner for possibility have opened a lot of doors for me. I want to open this.
So get the, just keep going back. Another one.
The thing is good.
There you go, this is that one. Yeah. No? Next one.
No, that is a beautiful.
Next one.
This is what I gained as a principal. One is that when I become a principal, I was very young, so naive. You remember with GDE, you don't get trained to be principal. You just get like and become a principal. And the induction you get is a 2-hour induction where you are given a booklet that you need to read and understand. From there, it's up to you how you manage yourself out of the pool. So you then have to deal with like the issue that I have with you, boss, with all these problems. You don't know where to start. But that helped me. The partner that I have called Anita was my thinking tank. Would sit with Anika, I would tell Anika all my frustrations and all my situations. And one thing that Anita would do, she would just listen. And so when you talk about problem, these teachers have to come in time, they need to submit in time, you know, this student is filming now, then they come with their tip book. And she said, okay. So what do you want to do? So he said, I want us to change. He said, what do you think? I said, I don't know. Please help me. So let's do training with them. Then we do time management, we do goal orientations, then things started to change. But this is what I did. Number 2, I could not speak in public. I don't know how many workshops I've run now, how many presentations I've done now. I think I need to charge you to speak, but I'm able to go to anybody, whoever I need to. I always say to the staff, if there's someone that I need to do for me, I think I have the guts to go and sit down that person, and I know for a fact the time I leave that place, I would have what I want. Because of flawless consultations, that is totally the trick, and that how you need to talk to a person. I'm able to do that, and I've always changed my title. I'm no longer the principal. I'm managing things that the principal does not manage. So why should I be called the principal? So that's what I do. Number 2, even our governing body. I've managed to train our governing body, because sometimes the department will say governing bodies come in, but you find that they don't do the training that you want them to do. They will do that this generic training. You find that it does not meet the needs, the necessary needs of the school. So I sit down with them and I do training with them. I do one-on-one, say this is what I want the school, this is the vision. And one thing that we have always told the school students, every 3 years we come up with a vision of the school. Our latest vision that we unveil on Saturday, it is we are going to be now regarded as the school that we're going to be kind and smart. We're going to do things in a smart way, but we're going to do it kindly. And we have said that to the teachers, we have said that to the parents, and we want them to buy to that idea. And when we talk to the boss, we want the boss to understand that they need to be kind to one another, and they need to be smart. And that is the generation that we want to produce at UVA. And remember, I can tell you that it's not an easy place to manage at UVA. But with Symphonia and what they've done and created it of me, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Wow.